Number 18 is going to be a multi-step problem. So for number 18, we're going to have to break it down. It says every day on our way to work, Laura drives 5 3/8 miles to pick up a friend. So that's our first thing we have. Okay. Then she continues on to work and drives an additional 7 3/4 miles. So additional means we're going to add. So this is the first part of her trip, the second part of her trip. Then we have the way back home. The way back home, she just goes straight home to her house. So the distance is 2 miles less than what it takes her to get to work. So it's faster to get home. So we have going to work, we have coming home from work. Then it says every week she drives a total of K plus 1/4 miles. So K is a whole number, so we're going to find out what K is. And this is assuming that they work 5 days per week. So what we really have here, and we can draw it out, she has her home. She's going to drive to pick up her friend, and then she's going to get to work. And then from work, she's going to go back home. And she's going to do this 5 times. So we just break it down into sections. So the first leg of the trip is the 5 3/8 miles. So this is 5 3/8 miles to get to the friend's house. Then she has to drive an additional 7 3/4 miles. So this is 7 3/4 miles on to work. Home is 2 miles less than how much it takes her to get to work. So to get to work, we're going to actually have to add 5 3/8 plus 7 3/4, and then we can subtract 2. So we have to find how far it is to work, then come back home. So in order to work this problem, we're going to go ahead and add these. Now, when we add these, we're actually going to have to take the 3/4 and make it into 6/8. So we're actually going to get a total of 12 9/8 minus 2. And 12 9/8, we can take 8/8. This is more than 1. So we can make this 13 1/8 minus 2. So that means 11 1/8 is the distance home. So in order to find the distance home, first of all, we have to get the distance to work. So we add these, we get an improper fraction, we regroup, and we subtract. So for one day, we have to figure out how much she drives the whole day. She drives 5 3/8, 7 3/4, and then 1 1/8. So she's going to drive a total then of the 13 1/8. So 13 1/8 is what she takes to get to work. This is to get to work. And this is to get home. So to work is 13 1/8, and home is going to be 11 1/8. So that gives us a total of 24 2/8, which is going to be 24 1/4 miles, and that's each day. So now we're going to have to actually go through, for the next step is figure out for 5 days. So we're actually going to take 24 1/4 and multiply it times 5. So when we take this and we multiply it times 5, so students would have to make this into an improper fraction, put this into a fraction, and then multiply, and we would get 121 1/4 miles, and this is for the whole week. Now that we've figured out the amount to, the amount home, how much for one day, and then multiply it 5 for 5 days, we have to put it in the form of K plus 1/4 because we want to find out what just K is, which is a whole number. So that means 121 and 1/4 is the same as k plus 1/4. So the 1/4 is there, so the k has to equal the 121 miles. So our answer is 121. So it has several steps, and so students need to work through the steps in order.